Hi dear students, happy to see you all. So let's start with a silent prayer. Please close your eyes. So thank you all, welcoming you back. Before moving to the condensed session, just we shall have a thought for the day. So today's thought is be happy with what you have and be excited about what you want. We know in our journey of life we will met with so much crisis, so much challenges, obstacles, etc. So once we face with those things, definitely what haunt us in our mind is mostly the difficult situations that arises in our life or the difficulties that is coming across our life. We will not think about the happiest moments that we have had in our life, or we will not think about the virtues in our life and the gift, how much gifted we are. So this sort of positive things we will not think about, so that we will go into a deep desperate mood or in a distress mode. So better you just be happy always and be happy with the things you have. You think any number of positive things we have in our life. So you just jotted down some of the points while you feel sad about yourself. You just write down those virtues in our life, or those points wherein you are so gifted with them. So these positive aspects definitely will help us to move and succeed over these challenges or crises. So be a happiest person in your journey of life. So that's about today's thought. Then first of all, we shall have a recap of what all things we have discussed through our previous video. In the previous video, we were dealing with the preparation of haloalkanes and haloarenes. And for haloalkanes, we have discussed so many methods from so many organic compounds. First one is from alcohols. From alcohols also we have defined so many methods. That is among them the most important one is the alcohols reaction with the thionyl chloride. It forms alkyl halide plus SO2 plus H2O. Both the byproducts are gases. That is why this method is considered as the most convenient or preferable method for the preparation of alkyl halides from alcohol. Then one other important method is by using a Lucas reagent, that is HCl and zinc chloride. In the case of tertiary alcohol, or just we have to add the concentrated HCl, no need of catalyst, because tertiary carbocations are more stable. So by adding HCl itself, the reaction is faster since it forms carbonium ion as the tertiary carbonium ion as the intermediate. And in the case of primary and secondary, we need to add this catalyst zinc chloride. So these two are the most important among this. And after that, from hydrocarbons, alkenes and alkenes. Alkanes by the direct halogenation in presence of UV light or sunlight. Monochloro, dichloro, trichloro, tetrachloro, by replacing the hydrogen atom will be formed, and that is a free radical halogenation reaction. Then from alkenes, this by adding hydrogen halides, two reactions are there, addition reactions will happen. One is according to Markovnikov's rule, if the reaction is carried out in the absence of organic peroxides. But if you are adding some organic peroxides into this, then the reaction takes place according to anti-Markovnikov's addition. And other one we have discussed is halogen exchange method. Under that we have studied two named reaction. One is Finkelstein reaction and the other one is Schwarz reaction. Finkelstein reaction is the conversion of alkyl chlorides or bromides into iodides, iodides by treating with the sodium iodide and dry acetone. Then next is Schwarz reaction is the conversion of this alkyl chlorides and bromides into alkyl fluorides. That is chloride or bromide is exchanged with the fluoride when treated with the metallic fluorides like Hg2, F2, AgF, etc. So that's about the preparation of haloalkanes. Haloarenes also suggested so many methods, that is treating with the benzene with the chlorine in presence of Lewis acids like ferric chloride, etc. in the dark. Then it forms, this halogen will be substituted instead of hydrogen on the benzene ring. Another important method discussed is that's about the Sandnes reaction, that is conversion of aniline into disonium salt by adding sodium nitrate and HCl. And this disonium salt is treated with the cuprous chloride and HCl, it forms chlorobenzene. If it is treated with cuprous bromide and HBr, it forms bromobenzene. And if you are adding directly potassium iodide to this disonium salt, it will give iodobenzene respectively. So these are the important points we have discussed last day. So next we shall go into the next portion. Next is regarding the properties of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Properties means physical properties as well as chemical properties. Physical properties includes melting point, boiling point, density, etc. And chemical properties are regarding the chemical reactions, which are the main chemical reactions that is shown by haloalkanes and haloarenes. This is the next topic of discussion. So first of all, we shall begin with the physical properties of haloalkanes. So just have a look. That is alkanes, that is RH. Generally we can represent this RH, that is CH3H. For example, ethane, CH3, that is carbon contains 4 hydrogen atoms. One of the hydrogen atoms is kept separated just to show that this haloalkanes are derivatives of alkanes formed by replacing hydrogen atom of an alkane by a halide. Replacing the hydrogen atom of an alkane by halide. So what is the difference between, we shall look what is the difference in this physical properties of alkenes and haloalkanes. Here it is CH bond, same carbon halogen bond. Here it is carbon hydrogen bond. So carbon halogen, for example, methyl chloride, CH3Cl, a CCl bond is there rather than 3 CH bonds. So one CCl bond is there. And this carbon and chlorine, this chlorine is having higher electronegativity when compared to the carbon to which it is bonded. So what happens is that due to their high electronegativity difference, the bonded electron pairs, that is bonded pairs of electrons, even though they are sharing mutually these 2 electrons. These bonded electrons are being shared by one donated by carbon and one by halogen. They are mutually sharing to form this covalent bond. But this shared pair of electrons, even though they are covalent, they will be more shifted towards the halogen atom. Why? Because this halogen is more electron negative or have high tendency to pull these electrons than carbon. So this lone pairs of electrons, so these bonded pairs of electrons are more concentrated around the halogen atom, making this carbon halogen bond or carbon chlorine bond polar. That means this halogen end is negatively charged and the carbon end becomes positively charged. That is known as polarity of covalent bond, polar covalent bond. Whereas this alkane, from this we are supposed to derive this haloalkane. This alkane, the carbon hydrogen bond, there is not much electronegativity difference of carbon and hydrogen. Hence this bond is non-polar. So one difference, this is non-polar, whereas haloalkanes is having more polarity. Next, if we compare these two, instead of hydrogen here, a halogen is substituted. So halogens are having higher molecular atomic mass when compared to hydrogen. So while replacing this hydrogen with a high molecular high atomic mass halogen atom, then the molecular mass will be high when compared to the corresponding alkane. The molecular mass of haloalkane is high when compared to the molecular mass of the corresponding alkane. For example, if compare the molecular mass of methane and methyl chloride, since due to the presence of chlorine, it has higher atomic mass, so the molecular mass resulting will be higher when compared to the alkane. And next very important point is about the van der Waals force of attraction, which makes them attract each other. Each molecules are attracted to each other by means of van der Waals forces. So here, since molecular mass is high, or the number of electrons is high when compared to the corresponding alkanes, the van der Waals force of attraction is also high. Van der Waals force of attraction increases with the molecular mass. So in this case there is stronger van der Waals force, whereas here there is atomic mass or molecular mass is less, hence the van der Waals force is weak. That is the next physical property in which they differ. And hence, since the van der Waals force, the attraction between the molecules is rather high when compared to these alkanes, or since they have stronger van der Waals force of attraction, in order to make them boil, or in order to overcome this force of attraction and make these molecules, individual molecules coming into the vapor state, that it needs a more temperature, or we can say that they have high boiling point. They exhibit higher boiling point when compared to this alkanes from which it is derived. So that's another important point of difference. It's very important. Just note down these 2 points in your notebook. You just write in your notebook all these points. It's very important. That is polarity of carbon halogen bonds. So then stronger van der Waals force of attraction, higher boiling point. Second answer. And next, it is regarding this alkyl halide. So that is, if it is this is fluorine, bromine, iodine. So as we move down the group, this is halogen group. So as we move down the group, we can see that there is the atomic mass increases, 9, 17, the atomic number increases. So we can say the size increases as we move down. Why? Because the shell number increases. So as we move down, the size of these atoms or halogen atoms increases. So if we take an example of a alkyl halide, where the alkyl part is same for all this, whereas this changes from fluorine, bromine and iodine. If you are comparing this four, which will have the higher boiling point? That is the question, whether methyl chloride, methyl fluoride, methyl chloride, methyl bromide or methyl iodide, whether the alkyl group is the same, that is methyl group. Only difference is the halide which is attached. Here it is fluoride, chloride, bromide and iodide. Which one possesses higher boiling point? That is the next question. So we can see that here as we move from left to right, that is fluorine, bromine and iodine. This is about the atomic mass. It is 19, 35.5, 80 and 127. As the atomic mass increases, the molecular mass also increases. For this alkyl halide, the molecular mass is high for alkyl iodide, then alkyl bromide, then alkyl chloride, and lastly will be alkyl fluoride. So methyl iodide, methyl bromide, methyl chloride, then lastly methyl fluoride possesses the lowest molecular mass, whereas methyl iodide possesses the highest molecular mass. So if the molecular mass is high, van der Waals force of attraction is stronger. As the van der Waals force is stronger, it has high boiling point. So which will have higher boiling point? If we compare these things, so you can expect a 1 mark question to be given. Ethyl chloride, ethyl fluoride, ethyl chloride, bromide and iodide. So if we are asked to arrange them in the increasing order of their boiling point. So boiling point will be least for ethyl fluoride, which is having lower molecular mass. Then it will be ethyl chloride, then ethyl bromide, and the highest one possessing higher boiling point is ethyl iodide. So note down this also. You can expect 1 mark question for arranging this. This is because, what is the reason behind that? This reason is that because of the increasing molecular mass of the halogens. Alkyl part is the same, but only difference is in the halide part. The halide part, as we move down, the atomic size increases, or we can say molecular mass also increases. So as molecular mass increases, van der Waals force of attraction is also very high. As the van der Waals force of attraction is very high, so definitely boiling point also is high. So that's about this. And next is regarding this thing, that is, you just look at this here, methyl chloride, then it is ethyl halide, then propyl and butyl halide. So in this case, this halogen is the same. Suppose it is CH3Cl, then CH3, CH2Cl, then CH3, CH2, CH2Cl, then CH3, CH2, CH2Cl. The halide part is the same, but the alkyl groups, if we check the alkyl groups, the length of the carbon chain increases. The length of the carbon chain or the number of carbon atom increases. So here as the number of carbon atom increases, definitely two factors favors, then this halide is the same and the length of the alkyl part increases. There are two chances. If the length is high or more, then the van der Waals, the neighboring ethyl halide can attract, this surface area is high. The surface area of this molecule is high. As the surface area becomes high, then nearest neighboring molecules of the same type can attract it in a more stronger manner because the surface area of attraction is high. Or we can say that the molecular mass also is getting higher as the number of carbon atoms increases. So which will have higher boiling point? Boiling point increases with the increasing number of carbon atoms in the chain. You can cite two reasons: surface area increases, then van der Waals force of attraction increases, as well as the boiling point increases. Or we can say molecular mass increases. Here molecular mass also increases because there are 4 carbon atoms, here only 3 carbon atoms, here only 2 and here only 1, but halogen is the same. So in that case, this increases with the number of carbon atoms in the chain. So we shall see the order that is like this, that is CH3X, CH3CH2X, and this one possesses the highest boiling point. Van der Waals forces increases with the increase in the number of carbon atoms in the chain. So next, see this example. Here the difference is just another type of comparison. That is, here it is a straight chain. That is, we can call it as methane, ethane, propane, butane. So it is butyl chloride, normal butane. Normal means straight chain. Butyl chloride, or IUPAC system we can say it as chloropropane. And this is iso. This group CH3 is known as iso group. And the CH is attached to a CH2, so this is iso, methane, ethane, propane, butane. So isobutyl chloride, or we can say it is 1, 2, 3. That is methane, ethane, propane. So 2 methyl, 1 chloro. So first alphabetic order chlorine will come 1 chloro, 2 methyl, propane, or isobutyl chloride. And here there is 1, 2. That is, you can select the strongest carbon chain. So you can select this carbon chain containing the substituent. So this is our parent chain. So in IUPAC system, this can be named as 2-chloro, 2-methyl, propane. 2-chloro, 2-methyl, propane, or it is a tertiary butyl, isn't it? This is the carbon, hero carbon, which is attached to this halogen. So he is further attached to 3 carbons. So it is tertiary butyl chloride by common naming also. It can be named. So which among them possesses the boiling point? Here the difference is that this is a straight chain. Here there is a slight branching is there. Here a large branching is there. So many branches are there. So as the branching increases, we can say that it is almost getting into a spherical shape. So spheres, they have less surface area when compared to straight chains. Straight chains, surface area is free, isn't it? The surface area is high, but coming to this one, when compared to this, the surface area is getting reduced, and here the further the surface area is getting reduced. So as branching increases, the surface area gets reduced. As the surface area gets reduced, it is the surface molecules or the surface which is getting attracted to the neighboring molecules, or which increases the intermolecular van der Waals forces of attraction. So the intermolecular force of van der Waals force of attraction is higher in normal butyl chloride, then isobutyl chloride, and lastly it is tertiary butyl chloride. So if you are given these 3 things and you are asked to arrange them in the increasing order of boiling point, this one have the highest boiling point. So first of all you have to write this one, then this one, and then this one. This one has the highest boiling point. So this is also a very important example. Note down. You can expect 1 mark questions. These 3 will be given, and you will be asked to arrange them in the increasing order of their boiling point. That is, as branching increases, the surface area decreases, as well as the van der Waals force decreases and boiling point decreases. So that's about this branched chain haloalkanes, comparison of boiling point and the effect of branching. Effect of branching decreases the boiling point. So that is 678.5, 69, and the other one again lesser. The next important point we are going to discuss, that is about the solubility of haloalkanes in water, whether they are highly soluble or whether they are feebly or little sparingly soluble. So that depends upon one factor, that is haloalkanes, whether they are soluble in water. That means if we have kept them separate, haloalkane in one beaker and water in one beaker, so definitely in this beaker containing haloalkane, this Rx, that is a single molecule, there is a force of attraction between the next molecule, because we know they are polar, slightly polar in character. So this negative end will attract this positive end, and negative end will attract the positive end, and so on. So there is this force of attraction between the haloalkane molecules is present in the first beaker, which keeps them in the liquid state, and in the second case there is water, H2O is water. So there is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Water, you know, there is intermolecular hydrogen bonding, which is very high force of attraction, that is very strong force of attraction. So here this H2O, they are bonded to each other by means of hydrogen bonding, and in order to, suppose we are mixing them each other, we are mixing the alkyl halide or haloalkane, if we are adding to water and stirring it well, so definitely these bonds, that is the bonds between this water particles should be broken. What should be broken? The bonds between the water, or we can say solvent-solvent interaction or attraction should be broken, and solute-solute attraction, that is haloalkane molecules, the attraction is to be broken, and a new interaction will arise, as we have said in Raoult's law. That is, if you are mixing AA with the BB, then AA interaction should be broken, BB interaction should be broken, and a new attraction, that is AB attraction, solute and solvent attraction will be formed. That is, here two types of attraction should be broken, and then after that, as a consequence, a third attraction will arise. So in order to break bonds or break attractive force, it needs energy. To break a bonding or to break an intermolecular or whatever be the force of attraction, to break that, it needs energy. Whereas the attraction leads to release of energy. Bond breakage leads to supply of energy, whereas bond attraction or the new force of attraction, the energy will be released. So in the first two cases, that is overcoming the attractive force, that is intermolecular hydrogen bonding, and high energy is required. It is very strong when compared to this intermolecular attraction between alkyl halide molecules. Here also some energy is required, and as a result, if they are mixing together, a new force of interaction will arise, that is between alkyl halide and water. A new interactive force that is arise between the solute and the solvent. So if this interaction is stronger, that is the interaction between solute and solvent, or AB interaction, we can say solute as A and solvent as B. If AB interaction is stronger than AA and BB when they were separate, then it is highly soluble. Then the solute is highly soluble in the solvent. But in the case of this haloalkanes and water, this water possesses a high intermolecular force of attraction, that is the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, which is rather very strong. So this interaction between the water molecule is very strong when compared to the interaction between the halogen and alkyl halide and water. That is, AB interaction is weaker than BB interaction. AB interaction is weaker than solvent-solvent interaction. So it is very slightly soluble in water. It is very slightly soluble in water. If to be soluble in water, this AB interaction should be stronger than AA and BB. In this case, the interaction between water molecules is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So it is very strong. So the new attraction which arises between haloalkanes and water is less when compared to the solvent-solvent interaction. So this is very feeble or sparingly soluble in water. That is another important point. Why this haloalkanes are least soluble in water. whereas they are highly soluble in organic compounds. You see this point. Here this alkyl halides water, the weak attraction, so unfavorable. These hydrogen bonds are very strong, so here the stronger attraction between the solvent molecules, whereas weaker attraction between solvent and solute, so it is less soluble in the solvent. So next important point is that they are soluble in organic solvents. They are soluble in organic solvents, whereas it is less soluble in water. They are haloalkanes. They are highly soluble in organic solvents. So what may be the reason? Organic means non-polar. Non-polar, water is a polar solvent, whereas this alkyl halides are less soluble in polar solvents, whereas it is highly soluble in organic solvents or non-polar solvents. That is, for example, alcohol. That is an organic solvent. In this case, if you are mixing them together, the new attractive force arises is this one. That is between alkyl halide and alcohol. This is the new interactive force. But when they were separate, this is the interaction between the solvent molecules, and this is the interaction between the solute, that is alkyl halide. Since this interaction is similar in strength as that of this and this interaction, it is highly soluble. That is, AB interaction is stronger than AA and BB interaction, hence it is more soluble. So if solubility is asked for some compounds, why it is more soluble, why it is less soluble, we can use this reason. AB interaction is stronger than AA and BB interaction. So the intermolecular attraction forming between the haloalkanes and the solvent molecules has similar strength as the one being broken. These are the ones being broken. So it is having at least similar strength as that of these two. So that is why they are soluble in organic solvents. So that's about the solubility in water as well as the solubility in organic solvents. In water it is slightly soluble, whereas in organic solvents it is almost highly soluble. Next, about the density. So these are the physical properties we have discussed. That is about the boiling point. Then after that solubility. Next is about density. Alkyl fluorides and alkyl chlorides are less dense than water. If it is less dense, it will float. Water will be in the lower layer and this will float in the upper layer. So that is one point. They are less dense than water, but when coming to the other halides, rather than alkyl fluorides and alkyl chlorides, they are less dense, so they will float above water, whereas alkyl bromides and alkyl iodides are more dense, so they will come or they will sink to the bottom layer, and the water will be in the upper layer since the density is high. That is the density of alkyl bromides or alkyl iodides, whereas fluorides and chlorides, they are having the smaller molecular mass when compared to bromides and iodides. So bromides and iodides are more dense than water, whereas fluorides and chlorides are less. Then polyhaloalkanes, so this is the density 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, all have densities. Next is about the physical properties of aryl halides. Physical properties are very nearly similar to that of haloalkanes. First, we shall see the three isomers of dihalobenzene. This is known as orthodichlorobenzene or 1,2-dichlorobenzene. This is 1,4-dichlorobenzene or para. That is, we are using the letter P. P-dichlorobenzene, and this is meta-dichlorobenzene or 1,3-dichlorobenzene. This is O-dichlorobenzene. This is P. Para-dichlorobenzene. This is M. We are using this abbreviation, small letter O, P and M for ortho, para and meta. So here we can see that molecular mass is the same, only difference is they are isomers to each other, and hence their molecular mass surface area almost remains the same. Hence there is the boiling point is almost the same for all these three isomers. The boiling point is nearly the same, not much difference in boiling point between this orthoisomer, para-isomer, and meta-isomer. Orthodichlorobenzene, para thing to be noted is that their melting point differs widely. That is the question we can expect out of this. We can see that the melting point of ortho is 256 and this is also nearly the same. That is, meta and ortho is nearly the same. Whereas for this there is a wide difference. The melting point is very high when compared to this. The melting point of, that's a point to be noted. Which one among the isomers of which among the isomers of dihalobenzene possesses high melting point? What about its boiling point? Boiling point of all the three isomers remain the same, but difference is with the melting point. The para shows high melting point when compared to ortho and meta isomer. The reason is that here it is symmetric. If we cut through this plane, it is both the halves is similar. Both the halves is similar. If we cut by this plane, also both the half is similar. So it is not a symmetric structure. This is a symmetric structure, whereas this and this are not symmetric. So due to this symmetric structure, it will fit. Melting point means that is solid has to be changed into its liquid form. So already it is in solid form. When it is in solid form, it is fit into the crystal lattice, in the crystal structure in a particular, it fits very strongly. Since its shape is symmetrical in its chamber, it correctly fits into the crystal lattice. So more energy is required to melt it down, or more energy is required to make it into melt into its liquid form, since it fits in the exact way. If it has some disordered shape like this or like stick, it cannot fit into the lattice such properly, that much properly. That means we are packing things. If you are fitting the things in an exact way, definitely form a ordered arrangement. Otherwise, it's a disordered, having certain sort of structure. Means it's not that much well ordered manner. The structure will be. So that is why this is having a symmetric shape. Due to its symmetric shape, it fits into the crystal lattice very strongly, and compared to these other two isomers having, it is not symmetric structures. They are not symmetrical in structure. So it fits in the crystal lattice very strongly. So more energy is required to melt it down. So that's a very important thing, that is due to the symmetrical shape. So that is a point to be noted down among these physical properties of haloarenes. It's very important. Most it's usually frequently asked question. So not this in your notebook, the textbook it is given. You just take down. Then arrange these compounds in the increasing order of boiling points. Draw the structure. This first one is 1-chloropropane. So propane means ethane, propane. 3 carbon atoms you draw, and after that the first carbon there is chlorine, the rest is filled with the hydrogen, that is CH3, CH2, CH2, Cl. And this is isopropyl. Iso means a CH which is connected to C2CH3. A CH group bonded to 2CH3 group, that is known as iso group. So isopropyl chloride means a CH contains a chlorine atom. This is 1-chloroputane, ethane, ethane, propane, butane. So first contains a chlorine. So that is CH3, CH2, 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 Cl. So compare this boiling point. Arrange them in the increasing order of boiling point. So which one? So here we can see that this is the one having the highest molecular mass. Isn't it? Compare the molecular mass. This is propane and chlorine. Here also propyl, 3 carbon atom and a chlorine atom. Here 4 carbon atom and a chlorine atom. So definitely molecular mass is high, as well as it's a normal, that is straight shape. So surface area is also high. So which one? Definitely this one will possess, from the molecular mass point of view itself, it is having the highest boiling point. So lastly it will be this one. And next compare this two. This is isopropyl, that is CH3, CH, CH3, Cl. Whereas this is CH3, CH2, CH2. Both of them have the same molecular mass, but in this case some sort of branching is there, but this is a straight shape. So even though the molecular mass is the same, this is having the highest boiling point because the surface area is high when compared to this one. I will show you how you understood. You do it by yourself and then look into the solution. So here this is straight shape. here this is branched, but both of them have same molecular mass, so we have to, while arranging in the boiling point order, increasing order, this has to be taken to this razor because this is having the lowest boiling point. So that one will possess the high boiling point because more carbon and chlorine is there. So molecular mass aspect itself, we can say that is highest boiling point. But comparing these two, they have 3 carbons only and 1 chlorine. So the molecular mass is the same because they are isomers of each other. But it has some sort of branching is there. So branching reduces the surface area when compared to the normal isomer. So definitely this will possess the lowest boiling point or lowest van der Waals force. So it will come to this position and this will be taken away to the second position. That is the arrangement of boiling point, the order of boiling point. So take this also into your notebook. These all are expected questions. So put a star over there and write these questions and write your answers. And write down the reason also because after a few days when you take back you will forget all these things. So what all things you are understanding by given, then at that time itself you write down your lecture note with the proper justification because after a few days when you take it back organic chemistry is slightly volatile, but since if you are keeps on writing the lecture notes also along with this, so it will stick into your memory again after watching again, definitely it will come into your memory, those reasons and justifications. So this sort of reasoning questions, so much of reasoning questions will come under this organic part. That's very important. So arranging them, they will have to, this is the order. This one law, then again this one. So like this will be the order of. So before winding up today's session, let's rewind those things we studied today. So we discussed about the properties, that is the physical properties of haloalkanes and haloarenes. Physical properties include boiling point, melting point, then densities, and after that regarding the solubility in water. And it is found that the boiling point, it is directly depends on the molecular mass. So if you are having alkyl halides, where the alkyl group is the same, the difference is about halogens. By arranging in the increasing order of the boiling point, this alkyl iodides will have the highest boiling point because iodine is the largest atom and fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So iodine is the largest, biggest one and it has the highest molecular mass. So as the number of electrons or the molecular mass increases, this van der Waals force of attraction increases. Since van der Waals force increases, it will have highest boiling point. So alkyl fluorides will have the lowest boiling point. The next sector, that is if we are taking alkyl halides having the halogen is the same, but the number of carbon atom increases by 1. That is the length of the carbon chain increases, whereby this halogen atom remains the same. In that case, the boiling point depends on the length of the carbon chain. If the carbon chain is a straight chain as well as it is of higher length, then the van der Waals force of attraction increases because it has a larger surface area to attract the neighboring molecule. So in that case, here molecular mass also increases. So definitely that those with having the higher number of carbon atom will possess the highest boiling point and the least number of carbon atom possess the lowest boiling point. Then coming to branched and straight chain alkyl halides. The straight chain halides, they have the highest boiling point because even though they have same molecular formula, this straight chain alkyl halides have the highest boiling points because the surface area is high in the case of straight chain. But coming to the branched chain isomers, the boiling point decreases. Why? Because the surface area decreases and hence the van der Waals force also decreases. And density also we have studied for the lower fluorides and chlorides. This density is low. Then when coming to the higher halides, this density is higher than that of water. Then after that we discussed about the solubility in water. That's also important. These alkyl halides are very feebly or very less soluble, sparingly soluble in water. The reason is that this before the mixing, this alkyl halide interaction, van der Waals force of attraction, as well as this water between water molecules, this intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So this two has to be broken. AA interaction, BB interaction has to be broken, and a new attractive force has been formed between the solute and solvent, that is alkyl halide and water. So in the case, this hydrogen bonding is very much stronger in the case of water alone. So once it is mixed, the new attractive force that is formed between the solute alkyl halide and the solvent water is less compared to this water which is kept alone. So that is why this is less soluble. If it is highly soluble, then this AB interaction should be greater than or at least equal to AA and BB interaction. Here the case is reverse. So that is why it is less soluble or sparingly soluble. Whereas it is highly soluble in organic solvents. Why? Because here the solvent is an organic compound. There the interaction is very less between the same molecule. So AB interaction is stronger than AA and BB interaction. So that is why it is highly soluble in organic solvents. So these are things we have discussed. So do as homework this in-text question 10.5 do as homework the in-text question 10.6 and the exercise question 10.14, 10.14 index question 6 and this exercise text back question 14 as your homework. So go through these portions ready for the MCQs. So try your level best. Thank you. Have a nice day.